One of my favorite light novels of all time is getting an anime adaptation, surprisingly too many actually, because although we don't have official charts or stats, it likely wasn't really doing that well in terms of volume sales in Japan. Yet here we are with an anime adaptation just around the corner, and for Roll Over and Die to continue publication, it desperately needs to succeed. Hi there, my name is BTeló and today I'll be talking about Roll Over and Die. I will fight for an ordinary life with my love and cursor. Spoiler free, of course. Now, why am I saying that this is the show's last chance? I mean, from the outside looking in, you could easily say it's getting an anime adaptation. Surely it has enough sales, or at least decent, right? Well, yes and no. The light novel actually has a good amount of sales in the West, thanks to 7 Seas publishing it in English. Yet in Japan it remains a very niche series and there's a reason for it. But first, if you don't believe me, here's a fact that could support my statement. The light novel was first officially published in 2018, and with 4 volumes in 2020, it seemed that the series would be progressing at a good pace. However, after the 4th volume, we got radio silence. No news, no announcements, nothing. For over 5 freaking years. Yeah, many were speculating that maybe the series was axed or discontinued, cancelled. The only hope that fans could hold onto was the author's Kiki's reassuring words on Twitter that Volume 5 was in the works. And then out of nowhere, on the 28th of April of 2025, an anime adaptation was announced alongside with the release of Volume 5. There was a catch, however. And that brings me to why I think that the anime needs to bring in new people and sales to the light novels. From Volume 5 until the last Volume 8, they would be releasing the volumes digitally only. But only in Japan, as the English release continues to release physically. I was even able to buy Volume 5 myself, so yeah, now you see why I think it's sold better in the West, and you know a bit of context slash backstory. But what is the show even about? Why is it so niche, especially when it comes to Japan? Well, there are multiple reasons. The first being is that it has multiple specific genres or themes that it combined. For starters, it's a Yuri story, meaning that the MC and their love interest are both girls. Then it's also a bit of a horror with dark and grotesque elements. Most of the time, it has a serious narrative and it deals with heavier subjects like discrimination, poverty, PTSD, betrayal, slavery, religion, etc. It's mainly a fantasy world with JRPG elements and mixed in sci-fi undertones as well. Plus there's even the cliche hero party fighting the demon lord subplot of like humans versus demons and all that. Now that's a lot of things mixed into one story, right? It legit has more variety than my local 7-Eleven. You might rightfully think that it's a bit too much and that there's just no way all of that can be explored in just 8 volumes. And you might have been right, and you are partially, if not for the fact that every volume is like between 400 to 600 pages, which also doesn't really make it an easy read for the casuals. Add to the list the fact that the story is very vividly written. Remember how I said it has grotesque elements? Yeah, the descriptions in the novel are very detailed, even in the most gruesome of scenes. It makes it so that it pulls you into the world, allowing your imagination to shine as if you were in the story yourself. I also love the fact that the MC, Flum, isn't your typical self-insert shonen goody two shoes MC of like 100% just good, everything about them is good and perfect and they only do good things, blah blah blah. You know what they are like. She actually dirties her hands and I love her unconventional mentality as well. Now that we've come full circle, my main point is the anime adaptation, in my opinion, could go 2 routes. Either it faithfully adapts the source material, converting the vibe of the novel and spreading the brilliance of the story of Flum Apricot and Milk It, gaining passionate and loyal fans in the long run, or it goes down the generic route where they dumb down the story or tone down the visuals in favor of it being more consumable and perhaps gaining more sales in the short term. I would prefer the first option, but regardless of which way they go, I hope that the anime is at least of good quality. Nevertheless, that is just my opinion. I might be waffling some bullshit or it might not be like that at all, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and I hope that you'll consider watching the anime or reading the light novel. The first episode should be out by the time I finish this vid, so we'll see how it goes. If you've enjoyed the vid, I would also appreciate a sub. I've been BTeló, and until next time, ciao.